Hello everyone, Alberto Savoia here and welcome to How to Become an Apex Innovator Shorts. Short videos that are going to increase your innovation IQ just off the chart. All right, so this is the second part of how to bet like Bezos with the subtitle Fortune's Formula. And you'll see why it's called that. So if you remember, we came up on this with this Wheel of Fortune example, courtesy of Jeff Bezos. So in this Wheel of Fortune, you have a 9 in 10 chance of losing your bet and only a 1 in 10 chance of winning the bet. But if you win, you're going to make 100 times what you've bet. What Bezos said essentially is, if you have a bet like this, take it every time. So you take it every time, but what is your betting strategy? How many rounds do you want to play, and how much would you bet on each round? So how many rounds would you play? In the expected value of the bet, as I explained in the previous video, is fantastic. You get $9 for every dollar that you bet. That's the expected value. By contrast, when you play the lottery, the expected value of a $1 or $2 ticket is just a few cents. Okay, so this is a fantastic thing. If the lottery was going like this, everybody would want to play. So the answer to that, how many rounds would you play, is you play as many rounds as you can. You just keep playing because it's such a fantastic thing. Now, how much would you bet on each round? Let's assume that you've been given $100 to play. Well, you can bet everything, but you risk going broke, because remember, you have 9 chances of losing. So if you bet everything and you lose on the first try or the third try, you're just out of money. So you cannot play anymore. Ouch. And so you have been given this great game with fantastic odds that you cannot play. That's got to hurt. On the other hand, you don't want to bet too little, because you have this you have this huge expected value, and if you bet a penny and you win $1, that's not as exciting as betting $100 and winning $10,000. So the answer is somewhere between those two. And most importantly, you do not bet a fixed amount if you want to maximize the return. For example, you don't bet $5 per round. Why? You may win, you could do quite well with that, but you're not making the most of this bet. And if you want to be an apex innovator, if you want to bet like Bezos, you have to have a strategy that is better than that. So instead, what you do is you bet a percentage of your available stake. So what is that percentage? Well, there is a formula for calculating that. And it's called the Fortune Formula in this book, which I recommend if you're interested in this kind of things. And it comes to us courtesy of John Kelly, a brilliant mathematician that looked at this problem and this class of problems and gave us the formula. And the formula is very simple. I don't want to give you too much math, because I know every time I put a formula, my viewership and the people that follow me drops in half. But the formula is very simple. You take the probability of winning minus the probability of losing divided by the winning payoff. And that will give you the percentage of your stake, of your budget that you can bet. So in this case, the probability of winning is 10% or 0.1. The probability of losing is 90% or 0.9. And your payoff is going to be 100 times the bet. So, we run the numbers and you come up with this Kelly bet, which is 9.1% of your stake every time. So if you win, if you play and you win, so you have more money, you bet 9.1% of that. If you lose, you play 9.1% of what you have left. So we're going to use this 9.1% rule to take the bet every time. So you bet as much as you can, and every time you bet 9.1% of the stake that you have available. So the question is, okay, great, Alberto. So how much can I make if you do this? Let's say you play the game 100 times, and every time you bet 9.1% of your capital on each round. So you may want to pause this video for a second and think, okay, on average, how much can I make? What would be the result? What would be the average result of playing this game? Well, there is a way of finding that out, and I wrote a little program. There is this technique called Monte Carlo simulation, where you take a scenario and you create these virtual players. right? That can play this scenario. So it's a very simple program that you can write. So I created in this program, and here I simulated 10 players, each playing 100 rounds, making the Kelly bet of 9.1% of the stake. So I'm going to show you the result here for 100 rounds of play and 10 players. First of all, in this scenario, remember there are many scenarios. The winners, there are 10 winners and 0 losers. Sometimes if you run this a lot, you get, nine winners and 1 loser. Rarely do you get 8 winners and 2 losers. No, so most of the time you get everybody wins, because you're playing a lot of game and you're never betting too much, but you're also not betting too little. Now, interesting thing, what is the lowest final stake in this particular scenario? Well, $1.5 million. Starting with $100, that's pretty awesome return, and that's the lowest in this particular case. The highest final stake, this is hard to believe, so but do the calculations, do the simulation, put in a spreadsheet, do it yourself. The highest final stake was $22 billion. The average final stake, $5 billion. Well, why? Because it's really skewed by the $22 billion winners, right? Just one single winner at $22 billion raises the average. That's another topic, right? So you don't want to focus on the average. And the median stake, which is the person that somewhere didn't make the most, didn't make the list, somewhere right in the middle, was $188 million. So this is a pretty damn good play. If anybody ever gives you this bet, just go and bet as often as you can. Just remember to bet the right amount. Yes, Jeff, you told us so. I know it. So here's the big takeaway. We cannot know the outcome of each of our bets, but we know exactly how to play the game in order to win 99.99% of the time, and not only win, but win big. So you need to, you should learn, when it comes to innovation, and we'll cover that in the next video. Look for and learn to love asymmetric bets. What are asymmetric bets? These are bets where your odds of winning are small, but if you do win, the result, the payoff is huge. So you're saying, yeah, well, yes, but Alberto, this is a game, right? It's the wheel of fortune. Innovation is very different. So in innovation, we don't know precisely our chances of success, and we do not know what the payoff will be if successful. Absolutely. So we're going to cover that in the next videos. How do you go from the simple wheel of fortune game to the real game? Playing with big stakes, with the big companies. But just remember that if you have an asymmetric bet, you want to play, generally speaking, as much as you can, and when you bet, make sure that the bet is a percentage of the stakes, which allows you to keep playing, because it's such a favorable game to win. So I'll give you the answer about how do we apply this to corporate innovation, how does it relate to that in the next video. In the meantime, please show this video and share it with your friends. Sign up for my YouTube channel if you're watching it there. Follow me on LinkedIn and Twitter. Comment, let me hear your viewpoint. Right? So the more feedback and the more skin in the game I get from you by watching these videos, the more likely I am to make more videos, and I will make them more quickly. It's been a couple of weeks since I did the last one. So, but if you get a lot of interest, I'm motivated to do more videos more quickly. So remember also, I'd appreciate if you support me by buying my books. One of them is even free to type it. The Write It you can buy anywhere. All the best bookstores. I have a lot of other video lessons, very simple to very sophisticated for depending on your level as an innovator. And of course, I have live workshop and web and based remote workshops. So I hope this information is great. I can guarantee you, if you keep watching these videos, I'm going to raise your innovation IQ, your level of understanding of why you should do certain things. I'm not just going to tell you make hundreds or thousands of experiments. I'm going to tell you exactly why. I'm going to show you the math behind it. I'm going to show you exactly how much you should bet or invest in each innovation. So with that, Thank you. Remember to follow me if you're watching this on YouTube. Sign up and subscribe. Give me some love. Give me some comments. I love comments. Ask me some questions, and I will be back with the next video, hopefully very soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.